Hey everyone, and welcome to a set 12 deck profile for Robin. This is a very aggressive build that I've been liking a lot. We've got some tech choices for green Zoro and just overall a lot of aggro. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you want to support this channel, you can check out the link in the description. I've got a TCG player affiliate link if you're going to be buying any cards. And also, I've got a coupon code for Nen Garden, Straw Hat Pecan for 5% off on top of their sales. You can check out any of their playmats. Let's get into it. Yeah, Robin got some support, but also I feel like I've been having fun with it against some of like the big meta decks. Robin is our purple and yellow 4 life 5k power straw hat crew type leader with banish, and when attacking you pitch a card with trigger from your hand and ramp 1 Dawn is rested. So that's why we have a lot of trigger cards, some bricks that you wouldn't normally be able to fit in. However, we have a lot of cycle with the deck with a lot of our pieces, but also a lot of our trigger cards. We have Gum Gum Giant, 0 cost event to cycle out, but also we might be pitching some of these non-counter cards for leader ability, right? So not always the worst thing to have it in hand. So starting off, we've got 4 Sanji. I really like this for a lot of blockers, right? He's a 7 cost, 7k power, 1k counter. I think the fact that he has counter is really nice. On play, you can Dom -1. He gains rush, and you can rest one of your opponent's cost 6 or lower characters. So that gets us past a lot of blockers. This helps us win games a lot of the time, right? Whenever your opponent just puts up like 2 blockers, maybe as a Dawn open or so. If we've got a bunch of big bodies we're swinging in, you know, just resting one of those blockers can help you a ton. We've got one of our first big bodies, the 9 cost secret rare Luffy, 10k power. On play, Dawn -1 or more, but 1 for our case. Draw 1, then he gains rush. So we're ramping into some of these just straight up rush aggro cards, right? The Luffy, we can be here a turn early. Then we got our Olvia, 2k counter, 1 cost. One of your Nico Robin leaders gets plus 3000 power this turn. So 3k power for 1 Dawn is really good, especially when your leader has Vanish. But also, if your leader is Nico Robin, draw 3, trash 2 from your life. Really nice, right? Like, even though we have a lot of bricks, we have stuff like this that filters us a lot. We've got Veggie. I think you'd honestly replace this with Zeus, right? Honestly, like the amount of times that, yeah, I think you should probably replace this with Zeus. I think for the sake of being like an aggro deck, we don't really need to like defend ourselves too much. So I want to try that out. I've been debating it, right? Especially with Kuma, the fact that we have to take life to KO a 5 cost or lower. This is going to be primarily like a blocker or maybe like a big target like a Cavendish. The fact that we can heal with 6 Dawn makes this taking a life not really that much of a big deal, especially again when we have a lot of bricks in our deck that we don't mind pitching for Kuma. Then we've got Kikunojo, 4/6 on KO if your opponent has 3 or less life. You get to heal, plays for free out of life if your opponent has 3 or less life as well. This is really good against Zoro because it's a 6k body. They don't run a ton of counter in the deck. So that 6k swing is going to be really lethal, especially when they're having to counter out from your banish swing and also getting some of their life cards trashed anyway. Playing out for free is great. And then if they swing into it with their leader ability, obviously you get to heal as long as they're at 3 or less life, making it something they're not probably going to want to swing into. Then we've got Hawkins, similar deal. 4/5/1 on KO, trash one of your opponent's life cards. Then also draw 2, trash 1. I really appreciate it for that, the draw 2, trash 1, right? There's a lot of draw and cycle from our, like all of our like 2Ks except for Zeus, right? But again, just another body we can play out and Zoro doesn't want to swing at it, right? So having another 5k poke every turn can be quite annoying for that deck to deal with. Then we got Baby 5, pretty good 2k counter, just trying it out. It just got, if your leader's multicolored, draw 2 out of life, which is pretty nice. We don't have searchers in the deck, so we're just kind of relying on some of this draw and cycle to find us pieces, right? Like Luffy draws, cycle, draw, right? 8 cost kid cycles, stuff like that to find more of our pieces we need and kind of structure our hand in the way we need for this specific matchup. We've got the 6 cost Robin, of course, if your opponent has 3 or more life, trash 1. And then trigger, you can play 1 cost 3 or less yellow character from your hand. Honestly, this isn't on your turn either, so that'd be kind of crazy. It'd be pretty expensive to do this, but Famously, you can play Olvi out of hand to become an AK leader on your opponent's turn if you trigger this out of life, right? Which can help stop a lot of attacks because this isn't your turn, right? So you guys, I guess you could KO one of your opponent's 5 or less with that. Kind of nice, I guess. I took Saul out of the deck for more aggression, right? Saul being the 3/5 blocker that plays for free that you could play off of Robin if he's in your hand and you get Robin out of life. Because with Zoro running around, this doesn't really do too much for us. I'd rather just get a free 6k power body out of life, right? And then we got Kuma on play, trash 1 card from your hand, you heal 1. He's 6/7, 1k counter. And then on KO, you heal 1 as well without having to trash a card. This is really annoying against Zoro because you get to heal. He doesn't want to swing into it because you heal. And then 7k swings every turn is a lot for that deck to deal with. Then we've got the 8 cost 9k power Kid. On play, rest his character, trash the top card of your opponent's life. And then if your opponent has 2 or less life at the end of your turn, you get to draw 1, trash 1. Again, another way we can fix our hand. I'm running 2 copies of the 8-drop Doflamingo that if you have 2 or less life, he gains rush, but also opponent's turn on KO, you can heal 1. This is another good body against Zoro because it's a pretty big rush body that they're not going to want to swing into. Honestly, with some of these 10k power bodies, they still might swing into them with like a 12k swing because it's kind of free for them to do so and kind of annoying to give 2-1 to save these. But for this, he's not going to probably want to swing into it. But for the most part, in every other matchup on 8 Dawn, I'd rather just play the Kid to trash a life and start cycling my hand because I've got other options for rush that are a bit better later on. So I'll probably just pitch this for like this effect in any other matchup. But against Zoro, I do like it. But even in Zoro, playing out Kuma and then Kikunojo, right, is fine enough to have bodies that are kind of annoying. So yeah, we're relying on this less and less. Definitely not. I'd maybe put it at like 3 copies, but I wanted more 8-drop Kid. So then we got our last character, the 10 cost 10k power Rush Ace. On play, add 1 life card from the deck to the top of your life. And then if you have 2 or less life, he gains Rush. So 10k power Rush, pretty nice. Again, I will say there's always the conflict with Ace and Gum Giant, right? Because you don't have any Dawn open. I've run things like the 5-drop Rosinante before. Right now, I don't feel like if I can, the times I play Ace is when I know I'm safe to play Ace, right? So I'm not relying on Gum Giant to save my life anyway. And we have a lot of other late game options to play, being the 9 cost Luffy, or 8-drop Kid, where we can still have a Dawn open for Giant. So still leaving this at 4 copies because it's too strong to not. And then we got the 0 cost event. Just pitch a card, go plus 3,000. If it's your last life, you can pitch a card and heal 1. That is the deck list. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with this in set 12 on the sim. I'm looking forward to playing this in person. I don't think it's, again, the Robin is in the strongest position in the meta. She's never been like top tier, but I don't know. Like, depending on your matchups, you could probably have a decent time. Again, tempering my expectations overall. I don't know. I've got a few tournaments coming up. You guys could maybe convince me to play Robin in one of them. I'm gonna say that right now. I could possibly convince to take this to like a regional or store championship just to see, right? Because I've played Robin so much and I've wanted to do well. And by golly, sometimes you could just be the luckiest guy in the room. That's a side note. Let's get into some games, have some fun, and just check out the list. Let me know if you've been playing Robin, what else you have been doing with your lists. And yeah, let's have some fun. We got Yamato. We are going to go first. This is a pretty good hand. We've got a heal option. We've got a pitch option on 3 Dawn to ramp us into 6. If they ever hit us with like a banish, we have a heal. We've got some late game rush options. And we got some counter, right? So, no, I think we'll go 8. Pitch Kikunojo, gain arrested. And then what did they take? They took, yeah, Ashura Doji. So they could KO any of our 5 cost. They counter out, giving us 2 2Ks. Not bad. If I had a 6 cost Robin, I would love to, use that to punish them. That is rough, but we will go. I think I'm going to 0 cost to 0 cost. No, I'm not going to get greedy. I'll 0 cost to 9 cost. Because we can get... Ooh, interesting. Let's go 7. Nice. Play out Kikinojo. Cool. Okay, so next turn, if I get hit with another bent, I can at least heal, so it's alright. You know, I managed that. It's only fair, right? It's only fair. We lost 2 bricks anyways. We can Kuma pitch the 0 cost. So let's go 7 banish. They'll block, most likely. Yep. We'll go 6 of life. Hope they don't get any craziness. They might counter this, but they're... Okay, yeah. I would too. Oh, please don't have anything crazy. Ooh, what did they get? They're keeping it for a second. What do you have? Nothing. Okay, cool. Well, they had me for a loop. All right. So we'll heal just to put us at like an odd number of life, which is kind of... Somebody save me. Somebody save me. What is happening? My goodness. I'm not... This is crazy. Are they going to go 5? Yeah, we lost... Ah, that sucks. Another Kikinojo. No, that would have been great. Yeah, I mean, we have another heal option. If they put us down to 1 life... Let's see, because, yeah, and then they're going to attach that there. I will take... Draw 2. Nice. More options for that. Yep. Figured that. All right, let's go. Get rid of you. Cool. So I want to keep up 7 Dawn in the case that they don't have like a 4th banish option. I might just not swing with Kuma. Let's see. I might not swing with Kuma. Let's go here, pitch you, heal, bam, boom. Right, just set up for lethal the following turn, having 4 swings and a 5th with Sanji Rush. We have 2 Ks, 1 life. If they Hody, I think we're all right, unless they do some shit. No, I think we're good. I think we'd be good. It depends. It depends. Everything depends on something, right? Mihawk into Kikinojo. I think that's way too late to use that. Right? Just getting that 2K is... Right, you have 2 life. Unless you have some crazy shenanigans to heal. Ooh. 8 at us, and then there's a 9. I'm gonna take... Wait, no. If they double buff, then I'm screwed. So we'll 2 2s. Counter out of what you can counter out of for sure. I'm not gonna... Okay. That might have swapped what they were thinking of doing, right? They can take a 2K counter. All right, so we know we have a 2K. We'll see. 2 Dawn. Ooh, I didn't like that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, we know they have a 2K. Go 9. And if not, we'll pivot. Okay. Let's go 9. Hope 11. 2, 1, 1. Okay. Whew. GG. Whew. Okay, they did have the Hody event. GG. Very aggressive decks. Like to see Yamato still in the, you know, swing of things. Ooh, we got Enel. All right. No, thank you. I'm okay. All right. So yeah, this is fun time. Right. I know Enel's come back. I don't like it's the cycle of life with Enel, dude. Every new format, especially after a ban list, Enel gets played. And it's just, it's like all right, but it's never crazy, you know? I think he did win a regional recently though. He let that go. Interesting. I think he did win a regional recently, but it was like the 500 player one. Not saying that that's still not impressive. You know, congrats to the player. Let's go. Do I need to ramp even more? No, because I've got you, but he's not going to hit me. Whatevs. But it's like, I think he's doing good against Zoro. Right. I don't know. Which makes sense. If he can properly just remove Zoro's bodies every time, like... oh, is he gonna hit me? Is he gonna hit me? Oh, we're getting hit. Yeah, I kind of want to draw more. That's actually perfect. Let's trash Kikunojo and... do I be greedy? I think we want to just like outpace him on terms of our top deck stuff. So yeah, oh, that's even better too. Let's go here. Go bam. Blocks out. Go here, bam. Trash and pass. Whew, I'll pitch you because I have a different option now. But yeah, every new... Yep, fair enough. Every new meta, Enel comes back and it's just like... All right, so we're gonna actually try to hit him this time. So let's go 5. He's pretty low in hand size, so that's fine. Ooh, okay. I think I'll still do this. Boom. Got a 2K. Coolio. Got the blockers out, so that's good. But it's just the deck that like never truly dies. Never truly dies. See though, is he gonna swing with his... I do kind of want to counter this. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna trigger this. That is crazy. We'll trash 2 1s because I'm trying to look for more top end, right? I was wondering if he was going to swing with these because then I can swing with mine. And let's go here. But now I'm only going to be a 9 down. I just realized that's unfortunate. Boom here, boom there. Okay, still no heal option, which is kind of crazy. So I can be annoying, really annoying. I can be really annoying and go play out a body. All right, let's see. I can go 12 at you because he has a very low hand size. 12 at you. I could have swung leader first, but I have... Ooh, nice. 2K counter option to basically make it so... Let's see. Let's go... I'm going to be really, really annoying. Get 1K counter. Cool. So this is 8. We'll go another 8. Put his... Oh, nice. That died, so... Pretty low hand size. Pretty decent board for us. Yep, GG. If he plays out this... Do you have to be 1 or less life? Yeah, 1 or less life. So he wouldn't get to heal. He doesn't really have much counter. The life is just Gandatsu, so nothing crazy. But... And then our next top deck was 8-drop Kid, which would have been pretty nice. So, yeah. Against Enel, you just like... If you can just... You can outpace him because of the ramp option, and then also the banish really helps against it. So then your top end can beat up his top end because he has lower hand size than you. Even if he like fully starved me out, right? With things like Gum Gum Giant, we can always find more pieces and save our top end a little bit less expensive than he can save his. But yeah, Enel's still good deck, even though I'm biased against it because, listen, I played since set 4. I remember when he came out and my goodness, he wasn't, I don't know. Back in the days where Holly was like the biggest threat early game, and then maybe Gandatsu. But yeah, GG. It is kind of interesting to see he won a regional, I think, recently. But yeah, also interesting because he always just comes around when there's uncertainty in the meta, right? People take advantage of how much you can just like turtle behind that leader ability, right? All right, we got a Zoro. He is choosing turn order. Whoa. Okay, we're going first. I'm hesitant, but okay. Not bad. Right, we got a little bit of aggression. Annoying bodies. Ooh, Zeus. No turn 2, but we have to pitch a 2K. Don't feel great, right? The thing is, we might just play out Kuma next turn, even though it's lost a 2K. Not a crazy thing to like have to heal, right? But it's just a body that like he won't probably want to swing into, so it's just more aggression against him. Aided us will take another Kuma. That is another Kuma. All right, so we're not going to pitch anymore for ramp because we're just going to Kuma back to back to back and just like, you know, have a great time on that. Go here, pitch, heal, pass. So even though he gets buffed up, Tashigi still could rest him because it rests original cost 6 or less, right? Yeah. Is he going to KO it? I don't know. He might. I'm not saving it. Please be a Kikanojo. Well, no, it wouldn't trigger out for free. No, that's pretty good though. We're pretty healthy, so I can go 7 banish because of that. And then even if Robin dies, you know, getting him down to 2 life with the banish would be nice. He pitches Zoro. Let's go here, trash, pass. So now he's at 3 less life, so any Okiku comes out of life for free. Yay, that'd be really great. We have 2 more Kuma, so back to heals is great. Now we're at this point where Luffy's nice too. We can Gum Giant with Kuma, stay alive a lot, right? 5 done. But his board is getting scary. Ooh, Tashigi, 7 at us. Take. It's not really great. It actually is not bad though, to be honest. I can pressure this because he doesn't seem to have like a lot of counter. Or we could also play out this. We have so many options, right? Do I live? We probably want to keep up a Dawn for Gum Giant. Let's just go 7 at you. Okay. If I go 5 at life, I can go Dofi, swing 8 there. I assume he counters out at this 5. Either way, he doesn't get a resource, right? Okay. So we'll go Dofi, swing 8. Cool. Pass with Giant. So a lot of counter in hand. We can Giant away either Luffy. I think we can be greedy and do this. So obviously Robin gets killed by leader ability, right? But Dofi being an 8k power body that we get for the next few turns is nice. We'll let that go because it doesn't matter saving it or not. We'll get hit. Well, he might swing here. He swung at the Kuma, so yeah, okay, fair enough. We'll gain a life. Sure. Again, that just gives us more like time to another Luffy. Ace 2. I think we can pressure. Let's go here. Like I want to put out the Luffy, truthfully. So let's go here. Draw a card, 2k, nice. Let's go here because either way we're getting rid of either Cav or the blocker Mihawk. Cool. All right. Fair enough. And then we have, even if we have to Giant somehow to live here, even though we have a ton of 2Ks in counter, we won't be able to play out Ace. We'll be able to play out Luffy the following turn, go for game, or just continue to clear. So, oh, he is just pushing for it with some of them. Let's go 2, 1. Okay. So we might just be able to... It depends on what's in his hand, truthfully. 10. I don't want to give up a Kuma, but I kind of have to, I guess. Kuma wouldn't be a bad option either next turn because we can pressure higher on the board. That's... Yeah, so that kind of seals it for us, I think, right? That kind of seals it for us. We can go 1 down here. Go 9. 1, 2, 3. And should be just perfect math unless there's some crazy thing that rests any character. Rest of 9 cost out of life would be kind of crazy. But we just got pretty lucky, I think. GG. All right, just a few matches for today, but I feel like we had some pretty good decks to showcase, I guess, what we wanted to do, right? Not everything is going to work out for us. Like, we're not always going to see the pieces we need. Against Zoro, we kind of just found the pieces that we need. Right, Kuma's just very strong. The Dofi. I don't know. I'm feeling like this is a pretty decent spot. Like, it's hard to get caught off guard and get, like, rushed down sometimes. Even though there's a lot of bricks. You know, we have a lot of defense. Like, Kuma just adds everything that I think this deck was kind of missing in a bit of the mid game. Against an aggro, having a heal on 6 Dawn is so crazy. That just swings 7k your opponent's board or life, following up, and, like, for the most part, they kind of leave them alone. It's just actually insanity that this card was printed, right? It's so good. And I know it's unfortunate because it's pricey, but it's a secret rare and it's a very played secret rare. So it's just an unfortunate bit of, hopefully it keeps going down in price. I think I have seen it like trending downwards as more of the set is opened, right? I don't know. But either way, I really like the deck. Let me know if there's any changes you think you would make to it. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, dude, I could be convinced to take this to regionals for fun. I don't know. Again, sometimes I feel like I'm just real lucky. But, like, that's all it takes sometimes. You never know. Heck. There's some strength to it, right? Like, I just wish we could use Come Shine every turn. You know, it's just a little unfortunate, too, sometimes with Luffy and Giant. And then if you need to follow it up with, like, Ace, right? But I don't know. I think, like, Kuma's just too strong of a heal that, like, we don't even need to worry about, like, Ace for healing purposes, really. It's like, it's just a big body that swings into your opponent's big bodies for matchups like Enel. Just anything that plays out like 8k powers too, which is a lot of this meta, right? Like Koala or Kuzan. It's good to, like, smack into their board, right? So they don't get overwhelmed with, like, losing board presence. And then we just ramp into these big bodies. It's kind of crazy, you know? It's unfortunate. Like, the thing I feel like I'm missing right now is, like, more decent options as a throwaway to ramp, right? It's kind of just like Kikanojo and Hawkins for the most part, because everything else is like a 2k or I will Robin too sometimes, because depending on the matchup, and you might have 2 Robins in hand. You never, you know, might not need 2 of them in a match. But yeah, I really like the deck. I think we're in a good spot with Kuma. You could definitely win locals, I'd say, with this. Maybe a store event. Again, tempering expectations. I'm not saying it's like the strongest thing in the world, but, like, from playing Robin since set 9, I feel like this is one of the strongest bits it's been at. I think the top 32 Robin deck list that was, like, in a regionals a while ago, I think in set 10. I don't remember. Maybe it was in set 10 or... Yeah, I think it was. I think that list ran a little bit more similar to this with, like, just the aggro, like Ace, Sanji, stuff like that. So the fact that we're playing very aggressively, I think that's what the deck wants to be, right? Banish on a leader, we just want to be aggressive. So I built this to try and mimic that type of theme. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, what you would do differently, change, anything like that. Ratios, of course. There's always, with a deck like this, it's not solved, so it's always up for interpretation, right? Well, let me know down in the comments what you think. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you next one. Bye-bye.